Hey guys, welcome back. So before we dive into the video, I feel like I should give you a bit of a warning before you continue. You might want to have a little snack because we are going to be talking about food, and if you're anything like me, any talk of food and cozies automatically makes me hungry, and so proceed at your own risk if you are watching this and you don't have a snack. So that said, let's go ahead and dive into the video. Okay, so I thought I would take you guys on a little bit of a different kind of recommendation video because I had this idea mulling in my mind for a little bit all about cozy combos. Now, what is a cozy combo? Basically, as we all know, when it comes to cozy mysteries, there are themes galore. There is not only themes, but there are lots of overlaps as well. And I thought that it would be fun, just in terms of the type of cozy themes out there, to pair up ones that would go best together. You'll see what I'm talking about in a minute when I get into the examples, but this first video, we are going to start off with food. I feel like it's the most obvious. I feel like it is the most tempting. Again, I hope you have a snack in hand because we're going to be talking all things yummy in today's video with the examples and recommendations that I have for you. Now, cozy combos, what are they? Let me just go ahead and give you my first recommendation so that you know what I'm talking about when it comes to pairings, so to speak, for recommendations. So the first thing that I thought was based on a book that I'm currently reading. It is the Cheese Shop Mystery Series by Korina, and it made me think about what goes well with cheese. As I was reading it, I'm like, oh my gosh, not only could I really go for like a good slice of heavenly full body cheese, but what goes better with cheese than wine? And so the idea of this video came together. First pairing that we have is cheese and wine. Great pairing, right? I mean, it only makes sense that more often than not, when you have a nice charcuterie spread or like an adult Lunchable, you're gonna want a glass of wine to go with it. So that said, the first pairing that I have for you to go with the cheese and wine combo is Cheddar Off Dead, which is the first book in Korina Moss's Cheese Shop Mystery Series, and Colorado Wine Mystery Series. The first book in that is Killer Chardonnay by Kate Lansing. Now, again, I feel like it would be fun to kind of theme a TBR based on these kinds of things. If you're anything like me and you're a mood reader and you need a little bit of guidance on what to read, maybe, you know, theming your books in a combo form could be a really good idea. And if that's the case and you're a lover of cheese or you're a lover of wine, this duo would be an excellent example. Obviously, the two books that I reference are the first in the series. In fact, the rest of these are just going to be the first just because it's a little easier, but each of these are series, so that way you can continue the series if you do like the first book, or even if you have read the first book, you can continue the series and pair it off with another book in the other theme. So, like I said, first one we've got is cheese and wine. Perfect pairing. Next up, and I have my coffee here, which also I feel like is perfect for this example, is coffee and donuts. Now, granted, coffee can really go with anything. If you're addicted like me, coffee does go with anything, but the coffee and donut pairing is just perfection. A little bit of a fun fact about me. I started drinking coffee late in grad school, more out of necessity than anything. And, you know, I quickly became up to speed about what my favorite coffee styles are. But it was even some years after that that I finally paired coffee with donuts. Up until then, of course, I had been eating donuts, but I always paired it with like an orange juice or, you know, an almond milk or something like that. I just, for some reason, was never enticed by the idea of coffee and donuts, but I came to my senses. Something in me snapped to where I finally gave in, and I'm like, duh, hopping on board all of that train because coffee and donuts are amazing together. So If you like that combo, then I urge you to read Tara Lush's Coffee Lovers Mystery. The first book is A Bean to Die For, which everything, it says it in the title. So good. I love her book covers, by the way. And she's such an amazing author. So funny. And then we have the Donut Shop Mystery Series. It's pretty easy to remember, but the first in the series is Glazed Murder. Now, both of these series do have multiple books again already. I highly recommend Tara Lush's. Her writing is just fantastic, especially if you're looking for humorous cozies. But I remember coming across the Donut Shop Mystery Series some years ago and automatically being tempted by it, but admittedly kind of pushing it off just because I didn't want to be tempted. If you guys have been around my channel for a while, you know I have quite the relationship with food cozies because it's a constant push and pull. I'm always tempted. I'm always trying to stay away from that temptation, but it sucks me back in, and the coffee and donut combo is no exception. Okay, so this next one, I'm laughing because I recently actually had both of these things this past weekend, but it is boba tea and Asian food. Now, I love any kind of Asian cuisine whatsoever, but for this particular example, I am talking about the LA Night Market series. The first book is actually called, what do we have here? It is Death by Bubble Tea. Again, it says it in the title, so it's easy for you guys to remember if you want to look it up. And then, of course, none other than Vivien Shine's Noodle Shop Mystery Series. The first book is Death by Dumpling. It's an amazing series. It's long-standing, but the combo, it's perfection. You know, whether you're reading it, whether you're eating it, I just feel like it's such a great pairing. I love bubble tea. It's so good. It's a great alternative if you want something other than coffee, especially with like the different flavors with chewing on the boba. It's this whole experience. If you've never had it, I totally urge you to try it. And then of course the Noodle Shop Mystery Series. Guys, I have heard not a bad word from any of my friends who read cozies about this series. It is so well done. The descriptions of the food is just next level. You will be fiending for Asian food when you read this series, whether it's dumplings, whether it's soup, whether it's noodles, lo mein. I mean, you name it, this series has you covered. And I mean, just imagine, picture it with me, why don't you? Ordering takeout on like a Saturday night, curling up, getting cozy on the couch with like your little takeout box of Chinese food and chopsticks, and then reading the Noodle Shop Mystery Series while you eat. Oh my gosh, like we have reached peak cozy perfection with this combination. And then you follow it up with like a nice cold boba tea. I really should just shut this video off right now and go get both of those things. I tried to warn you guys. So much temptation with this video. Okay, so that brings me to my next one and my last one, because I have to be honest, the combos can keep coming, but I'm trying to rein it in for both of our sakes so I don't just walk out mid-video and go indulge in all of these things. But we have soup and bread. I feel like that is such a comforting, cozy combination. Granted, we're in summer now, but that's okay. We can always leave this combination for when the fall and winter months roll around, and that way you can kind of prepare yourself by having these books at the ready. But we have A Spoonful of Murder, which is the first book in the Soup Lovers Mystery Series. And then we have Winnie Archer's Bread Shop Mystery Series. The first book in that is called Kneaded to Death. Also, side note, I love the covers for both of these, but I remember picking up the Bread Shop Mystery Series based on the cover alone because they are absolutely gorgeous. But again, like bread and soup, it's just so warming, it's so comforting. There's a reason that people indulge in both of these things in the winter or darker and colder months. It's so cozy. And so a cozy about a cozy set of combos, I mean, say that 3 times fast, but it is like peak coziness. I really ought to count how many times I say cozy in this video, but honestly, that's what my channel is all about. Cozy cozies and all of these cozy pairings, they just go well together. It's so natural. And so, like I said, I feel like it would just be a lot of fun to pair up your TBR based on combinations. This video all about food as an introduction, so hopefully I gave you guys some perfect examples. I do have a couple of other cozy combinations, themes in my back pocket that I am ready to explore, but let me know if you like this kind of video, if you like this theme or this series, whatever we're wanting to call it, and if so, if you have some ideas. I have some kind of already brewing in my mind, but I'm more than open to whatever suggestions that you guys have. And then that way we can have some fun kind of pairing up other types of cozies. So I hope you enjoyed this video and the different combinations. If you have read any of these, let me know your thoughts. Again, if you have other books that would fit into these themes, feel free to drop those in the comments below. Of course, as we know with the themes that I've mentioned, there are multiple series that fall under that category. I mean, coffee alone is countless, but I just wanted to scratch the surface, give you guys a couple of recommendations to kind of get the wheel spinning, get some ideas going, and then we can just take off running from there. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please like and subscribe, and I will talk to you all later. Happy reading. Bye.